Good morning, everybody. You are listening to K-Talk Radio 1640 AM. This is the show, Utah Home Sweet Home. I am your host, Yoshi Shiraki, and our very special guest is Stone Zarkon. Thank you so much, Stone, for joining us today.
Yeah, thank you guys for having me.
Yes, yes. So Stone is the safety for the University of Utah, and we were just sitting here chatting before the show went live about if there's going to be a season or no season, and I guess they had a meeting last night is what he shared with me, but right now nobody really knows just yet.
No idea. Pretty much what you hear from the media is what we know. So it's up in the air.
Gotcha. So the good news though is that you guys are practicing and staying in shape, staying ready in case there is a season. And how many times a week do you guys practice, just out of curiosity right now?
Right now we're just practicing like twice a week.
Twice a week?
We got lifting, conditioning, that's pretty much every day. So that's
okay.
About 5 days a week, and then just practice with the helmets only. No contact, nothing like that, nothing crazy. That's 2 times a week right now. So.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Lifting and conditioning, just out of curiosity, what does that look like? How many hours is that?
It's not too bad. It's usually about an hour lift and then warm up included, like probably just a 45-minute run. So
okay.
But they find a way to make it tough.
Make it intense.
Yeah, for those 45 minutes. So I mean, you can get a good workout in with just 45 minutes. So
sure. Yeah. Is it just is it the whole team that is at the gym at the same time, or is it like, okay, D-backs, safeties, and then lions?
Yeah. So no, they'll do like skill players.
Okay.
Which is like receivers, quarterbacks, safeties, DBs, all that in a group, and then what we call big skills, which is linebackers, running backs.
Gotcha.
I think the tight ends, and then giants, which is just giants. Self-explanatory. Yeah, the big guys.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And then the conditioning, same thing?
The conditioning, well, right now actually we've been conditioning just after practice.
Oh, okay.
So, which is different. I guess everything right now is different than usual.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've been conditioning after practice, and they just everybody's like cone has a different distance.
Gotcha.
So the skills will run a certain distance.
Oh,
the
that makes sense.
will run a certain distance, and the giants will run a certain distance. Skills being the most, and
gotcha.
And the smallest. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, that makes sense. All right, so yeah, I've always been curious. So right now, practice twice a week. If things were normal, is it 5 days?
Yeah, it would definitely be 5 days a week.
Okay.
Right now.
Gotcha. Okay, cool.
The game on Saturday, so
right.
5 days a week, game on the 6th, and then you get 1 day off a week. So
okay. Game day, do you guys do anything before the game, or you just rest up till the moment of kickoff?
Before the game, we wake up and have like a little walkthrough. I wouldn't even call it a walkthrough, just like small, just kind of walking around, going through everything.
Yeah.
The depth charts, meetings all day before the game, and then all the way up until game day. It's pretty much until the game. It's pretty much just meetings. Got it.
Okay. Very cool. At the football campus there at the U. At the
no, usually we'll be. If it's a home game, we're at the
stadium,
the hotel.
Oh.
So we'll be at the hotel.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's called, the University Marriott or something.
Oh, I didn't realize.
Yeah, so we sleep at the hotel on game days.
I didn't know that. Even here in Utah.
Even home games, yeah.
Okay.
Just as a way for them to make sure we're not going out. I mean, I don't think anybody would, but
right.
Just so they can give us bed check us, make sure we're eating right.
Oh, got it. Yeah. Has that been the case forever?
Since I've been there.
Okay.
So I'm sure probably for quite a while.
Got it. Never even knew that. Okay, very cool. Well, so those were questions that I hadn't planned on asking Stone, and we're going to dive into the questions now that I planned on asking Stone, but just the conversation we were having before we went live on air, it inspired those questions. I was curious. All right, so Stone, can you please share a little bit about yourself? I got the opportunity to meet you a few weeks ago when we watched you, Jake Bentley, and Tyrone Smith training over at Olympus High School. And if you wanted, for those of you who are listening, if you want to check out that video, you can go to utahhomesweethome.com. Actually, our website got hacked, so don't go there just right yet. Go to our YouTube channel, search Utah Home Sweet Home. I was going to tell you to go to utahhomesfilm.com and look for the YouTube link, but you can check out that video of these guys training. It was really cool because that was even before the Pac-12 shut down, and you guys were still putting in extra work outside of your work, which I was so impressed by. Yeah, so got a chance to meet you back then, and all I remember is you sharing back then that you were from Colorado, because the rest of it was you were training. But do you mind sharing with us a little bit about yourself, where you grew up, and how you fell in love and committed yourself to football?
So, grew up, like you said, in Denver, Colorado.
Okay.
I grew up in a little city called Broomfield, about 15, 20 minutes away from Denver.
Okay.
So, yeah, pretty much I started playing football when I was really little, flag football, just through the city. They had a big league in that city of Broomfield.
Oh, wow.
Like, a lot of kids, and so they would have like a little combine for the little kids, and then the coaches were really dedicated. It was all players' dads that coached.
Oh, okay.
And they would have like a draft, I guess you could call it.
Oh, wow.
They would all pick players, I guess.
Interesting.
And then I think they would get like two picks of like either players or a different coach.
Yeah.
And then after that, they kind of just distributed the teams,
Oh.
like the players into teams. And so there would be like probably like 7 or 8 teams that we would play against, all at the same fields. And that's really where I started to love football, just because the coaches, and I was playing always around the same guys, just on different teams.
Yeah.
And so that's how I came to really love football.
And how old were you at that time?
I mean, I played in that league. It was called the BYFA, Broomfield Youth Football Association.
Gotcha.
I played in that from as little as I can remember, starting flag, and then all the way up until, I think, probably like 8th grade.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Very cool.
All the way until high school, so.
Nice.
Yeah.
And for the listeners, you're at least half Filipino. Are you full? Or
No, I'm half Filipino, yeah. My dad's from the Philippines.
Okay.
So.
And your mom, just out of
My
curiosity?
mom, she's from Montana.
Oh, okay.
She's from here.
Gotcha. So, you know, my dad's from Japan, so football was not big in Japan. So football was not something he got me into as a little kid. Was it your dad or your mom who got you into football at that age?
It was my dad, but
Okay.
he never played football.
Yeah.
He didn't play football, but he watched. He had season tickets for the Denver Broncos.
Oh, okay.
Like when he moved to Denver, that was like the first thing he did.
That's
He's
awesome.
had him for like 22 years now.
Amazing.
Every year he's just been getting moved up. And I think right now he's at the 5th row.
Oh, wow.
So he's had him for a long time. So he's
That's
a ride or die Broncos fan.
That's awesome. Awesome. Very cool. All right. So then, how old were you when you decided, all right, this is going to be more than, you know, high school. This is going to be college football. And then when did you decide this was going to be something that you were going to do at a collegiate level? And when did you decide it was going to be for the youths?
Yeah. I mean, I think every kid growing up wants to play professionally football.
Right.
But I don't think it was until probably my junior year that it really clicked in my head, like, I can do this, like, I can play college football.
Yeah.
If I put my mind to it. And so I didn't really get recruited out of high school much until, I got recruited by some smaller schools, but I was pretty hard-headed.
Yeah.
I wasn't about to go to play for a small school, I guess. What I would consider a small school.
Sure.
Just because I was such a hard-headed kid, so it didn't matter what. It didn't matter how many little coaches were talking to me.
Yeah.
I had always set my mind to play at a big-time Power 5 program.
Got it.
And then finally one day I got a call from Coach Scally.
Oh, nice.
Who's the safeties coach, and he just offered me a spot for that summer on the team.
Really?
So I pretty much just took it right away.
And what does that look like? I mean, obviously, you said he calls you. I mean, does he Google your phone number? How does he get your phone number to begin with?
So I believe I had been emailing him.
Okay.
I had been sending out my film to a lot of different coaches.
Ah, got it.
But like I said, I was hard-headed, so I wasn't sending it to any smaller schools. I was sending it to big-time schools. I was sending it to big-time Pac-12 schools, USC, Washington, you know, all the big time schools. And
Yeah.
Finally, Coach Scally replied to one of my emails, I think, told me to call him and, gave me his number. I texted back and forth with him, and then finally one day he called me, so.
Got it. Oh, very cool. So, did he leave a voicemail, or did you actually pick up that call?
I think I was in class, and I missed the call, but then I immediately left class and called him back.
You heard the voicemail?
Yeah. I saw the number and just freaked out pretty much because before that I had only been talking to probably 2 or 3 other coaches just from smaller schools.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it. Very interesting. You know, this is something that a lot of people will never experience in their entire life. So then, what does it look like out after that call? He calls you up, gives you this great news. Then you go in to meet with him in person, or what's the next thing?
The next time I saw him was first time I guess I saw him in person was at the spring game, Utah. No, spring game. One of their spring practices, I think. He had me out, and then that's when I first met the coaches, and you know, it was all love.
Yeah.
And that was pretty much my first time just being up there around them and feeling like a program had wanted me, I guess.
Yeah.
So that was really cool for me, and then once I got the call from him, it was pretty much oh, I'm for sure going there. I'm not looking anywhere else.
Yeah.
Because that's just how I was back then.
Right. Very cool. So then now it just, you know, you've gone in to meet with him. When he called you, did that mean you were officially Uter? Is that hey, come in, meet with us, let's talk, or is hey, come in because we want you?
When he called me, he had just told me they got a spot for me on the team for fall camp, and pretty much I think he assumed I was going to take that opportunity.
Yeah.
Just because he knew too that I wasn't really highly recruited, so.
Got it. So it wasn't a tryout. It was legit.
No, it was just
okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Very cool. I wasn't sure if it was hey, come in and try out. You know.
Oh no.
Okay, that's great.
Yeah.
Very exciting. All right, awesome. So we are going to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, I don't know if we had a chance to really talk about this before, but everybody shares a nightmare story. It doesn't necessarily have to have happened to you. But do you have a nightmare story?
Yeah, I think I got one.
Okay, good. So when we come back, we are going to hear from Stone's nightmare story. And, you know, the nightmare story for me, from all our guests, whether we have entrepreneurs who are coming in sharing their experiences with business, or athletes like Stone, we've had Olympians, we've had real estate investors. You know, there's always a lesson to be learned from something that happens. I've had plenty of nightmares in my business career, which has made me better at business. So definitely stay tuned. We will be right back here in just a second.